What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. This is take 2 on the intro. Open the door, man. These dogs going bananas trying to get outside. If I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. If a door opens, a dog will walk through it. And it doesn't matter if they just went outside. You open that door up, they want to go back inside. It's the way it goes. So, did a little work off camera, nothing major here. If you remember this area, I've added some more of that River Rock pea gravel in. I had, I'm pretty sure they have a 3/4 yard bucket on their machine. So maybe it was like 1.5 yards of this stuff. And it's expensive, but I laid it on pretty thick over here, coming through here. I think this looks real nice. And then back here, I just got what's left of this area that needs covered. It's just the number 57, so I gotta still extend that pipe out. And and I don't know, it was one of the videos I put out recently. I was asking people, you got any ideas on what I could do with this area over here? And I got crickets. If anybody's got some ideas, throw an idea out there. I might just take and do a lower wall of that firewood around the edge. Get that pipe out there where it needs to be, and do some pea gravel and just leave it for the time being. But I do want to move that wood pile still. I'm tired, man. I'm trying to think of what to do. Everybody seems to like these solar videos. If you've been watching some of those. Miss Lily's in here. Excuse this place, it's a mess. Little girl was tearing up some toys, and she was shaking that thing, and this whole place was full of stuffing. It's 11:30, getting some decent solar input, and that's always good. This Monday, today is Saturday, I went to get some panels to over panel this thing. And they had sold them all. So I drove an hour each way for no reason. Way she goes. So now I came up with an idea. I think what I'm going to do is get... I guess this is a spoiler alert, because this is a video that's coming up. I'm waiting for this guy to get back to me. I'd like to get 2 more of the 6 panels I have now. And I'm going to wire those in series parallel. So it'll be 2 strings of 4 panels wired in series parallel. Hopefully he still has some of these. But one thing I think I'm going to get on is a little bit of excavation out here. You just never know how things are going to work out until you give it some time. These cameras don't do great with showing grade, but if you can see, it's higher over there and it starts to dip down this way, but then it goes back up. Get you a little look here. What I think I want to do is keep it diving over this way a little bit. That way I can funnel a good bit of this runoff to end up over on this side. Like you can see where there's that high spot there and that tree. I think I'm going to have to definitely take that tree out. Maybe take this tree out. But I want to taper this edge that's going up down more. And I need some of that dirt down by where that pipe is, because we got a lot of water coming off the hill here, going across right over there where the pipe discharges, and it's kind of washing that bank out. So I'd like to get it going down the hill over here and hanging in that swale that runs down the driveway. But, this is all rock pretty much under here, so this will be a little bit of tough digging. And I'll probably do all of this off camera, just give you guys a before and after, because not a lot of people like the dirt work videos. If you like the dirt work videos and you want to see this stuff, drop a comment, because I'm not going to put stuff out that people don't like. I just film what I'm doing. But if you don't want to see what I'm doing, I won't film it, because it's easier just to do it. So yeah, this area is where I want to kind of get the water going off and down into that ditch. So unfortunately this tree will have to go. But yeah, so I think I'm going to mess with that for a little bit. Hopefully this guy messages me back about these panels. because I was planning on going to get those this morning, but I'm not just going to drive an hour there again if they're not going to be there or they don't have the stuff or whatever. They still haven't deleted the listings for the stuff that they didn't have on Monday as of now. So can't really depend on their listings to be accurate. And then people wonder, why are people saying, is this item available? Because you don't delete your listings. And I'm not saying that necessarily he said that, but this is why people do that to you when you're selling stuff on Marketplace, because people don't delete the listings after they're sold. So if you're on Marketplace, you know it's a crapshoot, you know it's a jungle. Make it better for everybody. Delete your damn listings after you sell something. Well, let's get to it. All right, well, let's take a walk. Let's go down here and get this machine and take a look at, we got some progress with the sod. That's greened up a whole bunch. I'll tell you what, right now, I started to shoot a video on this truck, but I deleted it all. It was not going well. So, look at that. Brand new seat cover on the 04 Silverado SS, and I did the seat foam. What a big difference it is driving this thing. I drive this thing to do mobile repair services. I'm a paintless dent repair technician, and I didn't realize how bad that seat foam was, man. I was getting some cramps in my legs and stuff. I am on a second honeymoon with that truck. I call her my wife truck. I've had it since December of 2016. I call it my wife truck because I used to have a whole bunch of cars at one time, and that one just did it for me. You know, I always hear guys talking about their wife or their high school sweetheart like that, and that's what that truck is to me. So this is that discount side. I got a whole pallet of this Bermuda for $50. I haggled them down from $100 to $50, and look at it. It looks fantastic. Now this other stuff is a lighter color. It's also Bermuda. That stuff wasn't as bad as the stuff was that I just mentioned. I got a pallet of that for $200. So $50 and $200. That stuff looks better than this stuff, you know, so we'll see. And then you can see the second patch of the Bermuda, the $50 Bermuda down here. That stuff is doing fan-diddly-tastic. You can see it's taking root. It's growing around that culvert. And I'm super happy about that. And I'm really looking forward to finishing up this little bit on the driveway here. But I've been just kind of monitoring the runoff situation, and it's doing pretty good because you just never know how it's going to go until it goes that way. But a lot of progress on the mouth of this road, and yeah, but we haven't done any dirt work in a while, and this whole area, though, the drainage is doing really, really great, with the exception of this one area down here. And I kind of noticed that it might be a potential problem, and it is. But a lot of the water's coming down the inside of the road here to our right, and you can see where we've got a puddle there. It's nothing like the other puddle we had, but I think it's kind of helping with the erosion, if you will, because it's kind of puddling there, and some of the silt is settling, and then it's kind of going over this way. You can see that the tracks are all silted in over here. But yeah, I'm gonna get this bad boy fired up and get to doing some work. She's definitely going to need a little bit of that hooch to get going, a little sprint. right, well, let's check out what we did. Broke the tractor again. I guess I broke the pin that holds the I don't know, the 3-point. I'm drawing a blank. It's that time of the day. But anyhow, I broke a pin and I don't have the part, so I got to go get that. But you can see, kind of worked on all this area down here. I got a good bit done, and you know, it was dinner time, so time to cook some food. So I had to kind of call it a day. I'm sure if you had $1 for every time I said this, you'd be rich. But it's not a finished product. I did take out like 3 trees out of this area, and once we get down here, you'll kind of notice the difference. But it's a nice Saturday. Man, it's cooled off a lot this evening, and I'll tell you what, I sure appreciate that, man. I'm really tired of being soaking wet in sweat every day, every time I try to go do something. All right, so there was 3 trees over there that got taken out. Trying to find a spot where I'm happy with this, if you know what I'm saying. And this obviously is not a mowable grade, if you will, but you know, you just look at this stuff and you're like, I mean, it's like this the whole way down, just because we're on the side of a mountain or a big hill, whatever you want to call it. That's just the way it is around here if you got a property like this. But I kind of like what I'm seeing in general. Like, this needs, you know, dressed up a bit, but as far as like the distance between here and the tree and the grade coming up, I'm happy with all that. And I filled a lot of dirt in over here. I tried to raise this up a little bit too, so it doesn't get washed out quite as much. You can see a whole bunch of dirt down here. Brought a lot of dirt over here. Got to trim that pipe off still, but I didn't want to trim it until I kind of figured out where the actual dispersal point was. I think they want it 2 feet out past that. So, but yeah, I really like the shape of this. You know, this area over here that I changed, I mean, it needs more shaping, but I'm happy with the shape of it and the transitions. This is a pretty nice transition going back into the woods. I'd like to raise it up a little bit more, but it's still looking pretty good. Man, I'll tell you what, I'll show you what I broke on the tractor. I guess it's the pin for the 3-point. That guy there snapped off and whatever, you know. I was kind of in a hurry and it broke. But yeah, so that's about all I got on this one so far. Give you guys something to look at. Dogs are out here. This little girl here is going bananas. Poor Lily, man. She's on a doggy hospice, if you will. She gets confused, man. She's old. She's almost 15. She'll be 15 September 11th. You know, she thinks I'm inside there. She just stands at the door, but I'm not inside. You know, it's like, hey, babe, how you going? And she's like, oh, there you are. And this guy here, throw the hot dog, throw the hot dog, throw the hot dog. That's just the way it is sometimes. But going to get some solar panels tomorrow. I finally got a hold of that guy, and I guess they're off today. He doesn't know what he's got. He's like, oh yeah, come on down. yeah, you know, hook the trailer up and drive an hour, just come on down and hopefully you got the stuff. So we will see. But some good solar videos should be coming if he actually has stuff that I can use. At least they got a whole warehouse full of stuff, but hopefully he's got stuff I can use, and we're going to do some good video updates on the solar system. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you all in the next one.